Have you seen the Tiger's hate thread? Yeah, dude, that was a really rough cast. I mean, what I think is weird is like she just like stopped casting halfway through. Like, dude, I've never casted before. I mean, we can look at what the cast was. Okay, we can look at what the cast was.
Lives, and now they're jungler at that. Luger keeping the blood running in his veins, keeping his eyes on the Blabber, but Berserker zoning off. Oh, Dragon.
Like, she's like, oh, it's like she needs to just keep on talking about what's happening in the situation.
Coming and getting set off.
Still up, he has smite. It's not up actually.
Trying to land these shots onto Blabber and keeping him at bay. Can he step into it? Oh, the zoning is still good and strong from CLG.
Well, I mean, the thing that's weird. Okay, so let's go through the fight. So I think the problem is that she's not confident enough in her game knowledge to like recognize what's happening in the game. Okay, so here's the first problem.
This Dragon Berserker,
like the dragon's at 7,000 HP.
Knocked down to 50% HP into stasis. Palafox goes, but they get so much damage onto Eminez.
Like dragons. Oh wait, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to pause.
Hold on. This Dragon Berserker gets knocked down to 50% HP into stasis. Palafox goes, but they get so much damage onto Eminez in the process. Blabber taking away the dragon though.
So she thinks the dragon's gone because I think she's casting off this. So she sees that Blabber kills Palafox, and she sees the like thing, the notification pop up, and in like the heat of the moment, she thinks that the dragon is actually taken, but it's just 5k HP.
Oh, it's sold for Cloud9. Can CLG get some more picks off the fight afterwards? Fudge, the subject of the attention of contracts, but popping his own watch stopped in his tracks.
I mean, I think the other thing that's weird is like she's not saying what's happening, right? Like, okay, so here, like I've never casted before in my life, but I would done play-by-play, but I would assume that like what you would be trying to do here is just following the action that's happening. So like you'd be like, all right, it's a 2-for-1 right now for CLG, but Contracts coming back to the dragon. Is he going to be able to get there? Berserker over the wall, kills Contracts 3v3 right now with the jungler still alive from C9. Like they would be saying something like that, you know, like where you're just pointing to what's happening, where it's like, so that's the situation. You got a 3v3, Blabber's up, he has smite, the objective's still alive, but none of that is being said. It's just like she's just saying like blood is running through Luger's veins, which doesn't make any sense, you know? If you were to listen to this, right? If you were to listen to this, you wouldn't know what was actually happening. You wouldn't know that Contracts just died. Here, just listen to it and don't look at it. Let's see if you can understand what's happening.
Subject of the attention of Contracts, but popping his own watch stopped in his tracks. CLG picking up some scrap, but they lose the objective, and now 4 lives, and now they're jungler at that. Luger keeping the blood running in his veins, keeping his eyes on the Blabber, but Berserker zoning off. Oh, Dragon coming and getting set off.
Still up, he has smite. It's not up actually.
Trying to land these shots onto Blabber and keeping him at bay. Can he step into it? Oh, the zoning is still good and strong from CLG.
Oh my god, that was a clencher of a fight right.
And then like, okay, so after this, so I think what happens is she thinks the dragon's gone, and the reason why she's confused is she, like, because she's so convinced that Blabber actually secured the Drake, she doesn't realize, like, she doesn't say anything about the dragon going over, where the main parts of the fight are like, okay, C9 is on Soul Point going into the fight, they're trying to get Soul, and CLG is taking a fight to try to deny Soul. So the most important part of the fight after it's over is, did Soul go to C9? And because earlier in the cast, she believes that Dragon has already went C9, it's like at this point, the reason why she's saying like, oh, or like they're trying to do the like, because she's confused as to what's happening right now, because she doesn't like, she doesn't believe that the dragon is still up, even though she's seeing it right here. Like part of the cast, you have to just be like, you'll be like, it ends up being a 2-for-2, but the objective goes over to CLG, and then your color cast will be like, and Soul Point was denied, and like the Soul was denied from Cloud9, which gives CLG 5 more minutes to, like, you know, just the standard shit. That's what you're gonna have in the cast. I just feel like there's like, you can't actually know what's going on because she's not saying what is actually happening on the screen. That's the biggest issue. Like, I don't really care about like the voices and stuff. Like, if that's your persona, you want to have like quirky Scion voices and all that stuff, I'm completely okay with that. Like, you can just do whatever you want. But I feel like the bottom line is, if you're going to be a play-by-play caster, you have to be able to actually convey what is happening on the screen to somebody through audio. That's it. We're hating. I'm not really hating. Like, I feel like that's a pretty fair take. You're canceled, sorry. Yeah, I'm just hating for no reason. True. It's dangerous to even give your take on something like that, but I feel like I did it in a measured way.